today with another live demo to show you how, if you're a brand new real estate agent, if you're an experienced real estate agent, if you're a team leader in real estate, whether you're here in the US or anywhere in the world, how you have the most robust, instantaneous support, training, and backend in addition to all the other tools you get here at eXp. We are, of course, talking about the eXp.World virtual cloud-based office that we all have access to here at eXp. Did you know it's evolved over the time? It's evolved over the long time. Since us old people have been here at eXp since 2018, the summer of 2018. Now we are using the frame access, the eXp.World offices. You have access on your phone. You have access, as you can see here on the shared screen. And you're listening to me with a live demo, and I am Barry Pulver, of course, the owner of the exceptional brand and the exceptional network powered by eXp, who went to eXp as a fairly new real estate agent here in North Carolina, to right now running the most productive real estate team on the planet after creating the first ever international real estate team. And there is no other platform, no other ability, office, world, virtual world that it ever could have been done, and specifically to this high level, then this is what you're seeing right here. eXp.World is how you get on and you come into the expert care area. From here, nothing hidden. You can get transaction support. You can speak to somebody here over at the main area. I always like to hold the shift button to run through a little bit quicker. You can see the reference guide. Your expert care is here. Transaction support, eXp.World tours. If you want to get a tour, a specific tour of the virtual world, you can get it at your own time, but there are regular tours that go on now as well. Now, just a little lay of the land. You can see who is in the same room, office building as you right here. You can go directly to them. You can send them a message. You can speak with people either one-on-one, or you can see others who are sending it through the general chat area. How you get to places, which I'll show you in a moment. And if you have a question, so where we are here, if you have a general question, you can see Eastern time, 8 a.m. to 11 p.m. and a mental program icon. All of this is here. Now, main auditoriums, where there is a lot of training. Of course, there's what, 50, 60, 70 hours of live, and many of it recorded, but live training here at eXp every single week, regardless of the week. And a lot of it is in the main auditorium. You would come in here, you would connect, and you see there was just the big agent meeting from leadership earlier today as we're recording this video live. You see another massive training session of FastCap coming up August 19th, where you get free leads, 90% seller leads here in the US, which is crazy, and training from some of the best in the industry. If you want to ever zoom into the main screen, you can simply zoom in. There are different options you can do. You can sit in different rooms, and Tanya is very keen for the next training meeting. Now, agent support, self-help, you can get all, whatever you need. Tech support, accounting support, compliance support, general information. For us icon agents and influencers here, you get your one-on-one concierge access, but otherwise you go into expert care, which is where you'll very land in. When we went to the eXp.World, it takes you right here. And again, whatever help you need, you can go right here. So as a licensed real estate agent here in North Carolina, frequently, you can see every state here in the US, I am in the North Carolina State Broker Room. If and when I need help for myself or my fellow agents here on the exceptional brand team, I simply connect. You can see who is in here, all of the BICs and everybody in between. You see the chat box, of course. I have a question. If it's a broker question, I click here. If it's an onboarded question, I click here. Within a minute, 2 minutes, I'm getting that help I need. Otherwise, for the Tuesday and Thursday live training meetings, I am heading, as you can see here, that every state is exactly the same, just to let you know. The National Training Auditorium, the specific state Mastermind Room Conference Hall. So for our twice a week North Carolina meetings, I would head into here. You can go, of course, straight to eXp.World/NC Auditorium. And you can see it's a little bit nicer of a room. You click here, you can get all of the information voice to voice, avatar to avatar, but of course, as you can see here, you can share the screen and you can do everything in between. So that is your tangible help. The eXp University has a bunch of training too in different kind of settings, which I like. One setting I really like, the University Conference Hall, where it's a lot more tangible, where you can come over and it's effectively like, gimmick aside, taking a seat and watching others and doing that at the same time as they are. As you are streaming, you are hearing them, you are consuming the information, and you are moving forward. Any growth and attraction help you need, marketing, of course, our Canadian friends have all the help in every single province they need as well. So we were able, much like here in the US, to get the instantaneous support. International, of course, you have to bear in mind, this office hours are 24 hours, because when we're sleeping here, our Australian agents are selling a ton of homes over there. So right now, as we're recording live, in full transparency, so much of the world, so much of our agents and so much of the international community is in Paris for the eXp Con 2026 convention in Paris. But for our UK agents, for example, as I know many of you will be watching this, UK operations, you connect. There is only 2 of us here right now. But for any help you need, every country has its very own office, and rightly so, because it's all their very own business. I have a question. If you have a commercial-based question, because we are a commercial company in the UK too, if you have a marketing question, an onboarding question, a compliance question, it is all here. Every Friday morning, the UK team can get straight to, you have your onboarding room, and the other side is very similar, where you have your training. Of course, you can get there from its phone. Everybody has their own office as well, all of staff who are there to help you any time you don't want to send them a WhatsApp message, let's be honest. So the training is in here, where you'll hear from the best of the best. Another example, again, the exact same, full transparency. We can see that for South African agents too. I was getting help earlier today with one of our South African agents, and they literally come in here. Same deal, looks similar, different offices, different accents, same language, arguably, but all of the help is in here. You can see where I was getting help from Irene. She's right here, and Amanda, the onboarding team, are right there. Every country, every state, every region has its own office and own instantaneous support. Luxury, commercial, and I'll show my son's favorite as well. He loves the go-karting room because he's 9, and why would he not? If you need to let off some steam while you're on a call, you just drive around. And if you have a kid, they're going to love this more than anything else. So then they're going to say, Dad, or Mom, when are you going to go to your office? Well, that's because they want to play this. One thing that not many people do know about, which I personally love, of course, your recent frames and your own ones. Yes, there are meeting rooms, of course, you can use as well. Many of the specific teams here, and you can set up meetings and have your meeting in meeting room 6. What I much prefer to do, and we're in a process of doing now, is creating, with some technical issues, let's start again, go back to the beginning. We are creating our very own offices for our local team and for our wider network and organization of almost 1,300 of us all over the world. How you do that is you go onto My Frames and you simply create your own. How about that? The exceptional brand for our agents and their clients, all going to look a little something like this. It's going to be more customized. There's going to be information. We're going to host our meetings in here in addition to in person, and we're going to use some of these buildings to leverage some of the content where people can learn more about whatever they're wanting to learn more, get our resources, our marketing. There's going to be different rooms. It's effectively like having your own office here without the heavy expense of having your own office. We're also going to have some portals, some other doors to the North Carolina State Training Room, and everything in between. And you can effectively customize this to your heart's content of what's going to be most productive and important for you, your agents, and of course your clients too, because somebody needs, quite simply, to type in a website and away they go. And something that we've done before, and we're also doing as well for the wider network, the most productive real estate team on the planet, we are going to have eXp.World / the exceptional network, which the offices are going to look slightly different. We're going to have a greeter here. We're going to have our different country offices, which looks pretty familiar, as you can see. Once upon a time, I had an office in here, which I probably need to update. You can come in here and you can use edit mode and you can change all of the furniture and the screens, and we're going to have different countries, different support. And then as we walk into the wall, as we walk out, same as you saw in the international ones. You're going to have our training rooms in here. We're going to have various information, various on the wall here, where we're going to have things that agents can see and use. And it takes a minute to get used to. The first time I ever came into the eXp virtual world, I was scratching my head. If I saw the go-karts, I would have thought, fantastic, my kids would love this. But now, I'd be anywhere in the world. I can go on my phone, I can go on the laptop, as you can see here, on a computer, and get instantaneous support. Real estate transaction, compliance question, accounting during accounting tax season, growth onboarding, help from leadership. All of the leadership is always in here. Of course, they're all now at the convention, but you can go into the international headquarters. Just for transparency, I'll show you, this is the last one too. Current staff members you can see in here. You get some of the marketing team, you see people speaking different languages, the onboarding team in various countries, and everybody will have their own office. You can go and you can pull a ticket or in this case, in the international room, you can just kind of send a message to Fabian. Hey, do you have a minute? I want to talk to you. The answer will be yes, and you have your meeting. And then you'll see there's a people team. You see people in the various offices in CALA, or the CALA region, I should say, and you can go and speak to whoever you need to speak to. Because one thing about eXp, one of the best things about eXp, from someone who joined as a brand new agent with a concept of taking the company international, and the rest is history, nobody is under a buffer, nobody is hidden. As you can see here, this is even an office where you can just simply walk into an office if someone is in there or not. I wouldn't recommend doing it. It's maybe slightly virtually rude, but everybody's contactable. We're in it together. We're shareholders of this massive company where there is no limitation. And the reason for that is technology. When you align with forward-thinking, ambitious, aggressive people, and you have a platform where everybody is in it together, and you can learn together, you can speak together, you can brainstorm together. I want to speak to Vane about something in Ecuador. I just walk into the room. Hey, Vane, do you have a minute? I have a question to ask you. The answer is always yes. How can I help you? How do I know that? From experience, from me to you. This is our live demo of the eXp.World offices, evolving all the time, customizable. Create your own space, create your own office, invite me in, and I'll do anything to help you. Thank you for joining.